Hi students, welcome back to my channel Economic Lectures. Hope you all are enjoying the videos and hope that each and every topic that we discuss is clear to you. I hope that you will use the opportunity to clear your doubts through the comment box or my email that is given in each of the videos. So in the last two videos we were discussing about demand analysis, and here in this video it's the third part of demand analysis, and specifically we'll be discussing about elasticity of demand. So what is elasticity? It is a very important part when it comes to microeconomics. So when we are discussing about demand or supply, the term or the concept of elasticity is much important, and we'll be discussing it in further. Hi students, so നമ്മുടെ demand analysis ഡിസ്കഷനിലെ മൂന്നാമത്തെ വീഡിയോയിലാണ് ഉള്ളത്, ഓർ ദ തേർഡ് പാർട്ട്. ഇതിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഡിമാൻഡിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് നമ്മൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ എന്താണ് ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റി എന്ന് നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. So what is elasticity? The quantity demanded of a good will change as a result of a change in the size of any of the determinants of demand. We know that the quantity demanded of a good will change when there is a change in price, when there is a change in other factors such as income, when there is change in the price of related goods. So we said that we discussed about the determinants of demand. So when there is a change in determinants of demand, there is a change in quantity demanded. അപ്പോൾ എത്രയാണ് ഒരു വസ്തുവിന്റെ ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഒരാൾ ഡിമാൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, അത് എന്തിനനുസരിച്ച് മാറും? ആ വസ്തുവിന്റെ വിലക്കനുസരിച്ച് മാറും, മറ്റു വസ്തുക്കളുടെ വില അനുസരിച്ച് മാറും, ഒരാളുടെ ടേസ്റ്റ് പ്രിഫറൻസിനനുസരിച്ച് മാറും, അല്ലെ? അതാണ് നമ്മൾ we have discussed about that. Quantity demanded of a good will change as a result of a change in the size of any of the determinants of demand. Elasticity measures the sensitivity of one variable to another. So what is elasticity? എന്താണ് elasticity? It measures the sensitivity of one variable to another. ഒന്നിൽ മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ മറ്റൊന്നിൽ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന മാറ്റത്തെ, അതിന്റെ ആ തോതിനെയാണ് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റി അളക്കുന്നത്. So what does elasticity measures? When there is a change in price, there will be a change in quantity demanded. So what is the amount of change, or how much percentage there is a change? That's what elasticity measures. So it will be clear when we are going deep into the discussion. Elasticity of demand refers to the sensitiveness or responsiveness of quantity demanded of a good. So what does elasticity of demand refers? It refers to sensitivity or responsiveness or responsiveness of quantity demanded of a good to a change in its own price, income, and price of related goods. So we know that when there is a change in price, or when there is a change in income, or when there is a change in price of related goods, there of course that of course results in the change of that results in the change of quantity demanded. So what's how much sensitivity is when there is a change in 1 rupees or $1? How much does the quantity demanded change? When there is an increase in the income, how much does the quantity demanded change? So what does elasticity measures, or what does elasticity of demand refers, is that how much is this sensitiveness, or how much is this responsiveness? That's what it looks forward. അപ്പൊ ഒരു വസ്തുവിന്റെ വിലയിലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ വരുമാനത്തിലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ വസ്തുവുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുള്ള മറ്റു വസ്തുക്കളുടെ വിലയിലോ ഒക്കെ മാറ്റമുണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡിമാൻഡിൽ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന മാറ്റത്തിന്റെ തോത് എത്രയാണ്? ചിലപ്പോ വില കൂടി എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡിമാൻഡ് എന്ത് ചെയ്യണമെന്നില്ല, വലിയ അളവിൽ കുറയണമെന്നില്ല. ചിലപ്പോൾ ചെറിയൊരു അളവിൽ മാത്രമേ കുറവ് വരികയുള്ളൂ, ചിലപ്പോൾ വലിയ അളവിൽ കുറവ് വരാം. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഒരു തോതിനെ അളക്കുന്നതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പറയുന്നത്? ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഡിമാൻഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ നമ്പർ that tells us the percentage change that will occur in the variable in response to 1% increase in another variable. ഒരു വേരിയബിളിൽ 1% മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ മറ്റൊരു വേരിയബിളിൽ എത്ര ശതമാനം മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ട് എന്നാണ് ആര് പറയുന്നത്? ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റി പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഡിമാൻഡിൽ രണ്ട് എന്താണ് മെഷേഴ്സ് ആണ്, വേരിയബിൾസ് ആണുള്ളത്. ഒന്ന് എങ്ങനെയായാലും ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡിമാൻഡഡ്, മറ്റേ സൈഡിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നത് the other variable is that it might be the price, or it might be the income, or it might be the price of related goods. So when we are considering elasticity, we have two variables. So when there is a 1% change in one variable, so how does it impact how does it impact the other variable? So one variable is, as we all know, it's the quantity demanded, and the other variable is when it comes to the place of other variable, we can consider it as 3. It might be price of the good, it might be the income of the consumer, it might be the price of related goods. So when there is 1% change in price, income, or price of related good, how much percentage does the quantity demanded changes? That's what we are discussing in elasticity of demand. So there are three kinds of elasticity of demand. What are they? The first one is price elasticity of demand. The second one is income elasticity of demand. The third one is cross elasticity of demand. So what are these? What is price elasticity? Price elasticity of demand measures the sensitivity of quantity demanded to change in its own price of the good. So when there is a change in price or on price of a good, how much does the quantity demanded changes? So what is the sensitivity, or what's the responsiveness of quantity demanded changes? That is what we call price elasticity of demand. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ് price elasticity? ഒരു വസ്തുവിന്റെ വിലയിൽ മാറ്റമുണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ, അത് വില കൂടുകയാകട്ടെ വില കുറയുകയാകട്ടെ, ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡിമാൻഡഡിൽ അതുണ്ടാക്കുന്ന മാറ്റം, ആ ഒരു സെൻസിറ്റീവ്നെസ്, ആ ഒരു തോത്, അത് എത്രയാണ്? അതാണ് എന്ത് പറയുന്നത്? പ്രൈസ് ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഡിമാൻഡ് അതിനെക്കുറിച്ചാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ price elasticity of demand measures that sensitiveness. The second one is income elasticity. So what is income elasticity? When there is a change in income, how much does the quantity demanded change? For example, when there is a 1% change in income, how much percentage change in quantity demanded does it results? നമ്മുടെ വരുമാനത്തിൽ മാറ്റമുണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ അതുമൂലം ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡിമാൻഡഡിൽ എത്ര മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ട്? So that is what we are measuring in income elasticity of demand. The third one is cross elasticity. It analyzes the responsiveness of quantity demanded of one good to change in the price of another good. So what we know that cross demand, we have discussed about cross demand. So when it comes to cross elasticity, when there is a change in price of one commodity, or when there is a change in income of an individual, how does it results in the change in quantity demanded of another commodity? For example, when there is a change in price of tea, how does it impact the quantity demanded of coffee? That's what we are discussing in cross elasticity of demand. Hope each of these points are clear. Let's move on. So price elasticity of demand. At first we are discussing the price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand refers to the responsiveness or sensitiveness of quantity demanded of a good to changes in its own price. ഒരു വസ്തുവിന്റെ സ്വന്തം വിലയിൽ മാറ്റമുണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ ഒരു വ്യക്തിക്ക് ആ വസ്തുവിനോടുണ്ടാകുന്ന ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡിമാൻഡഡിൽ എത്ര മാറ്റമുണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ട്, ആ റെസ്പോൺസ് എത്രയാണ്, ആ സെൻസിറ്റീവ്നെസ് എത്രയാണ്, അതിനെയാണ് എന്ത് പറയുന്നത്? പ്രൈസ് ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഡിമാൻഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So when there is a change in the price of a commodity, of course there will be a change in the quantity demanded. So what's the amount of quantity demanded? What's the change in the amount? What's the percentage change in that? That's what we are discussing about price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand is given by the percentage change in quantity demanded of a good divided by the percentage change in its own price. So how we are measuring price elasticity? It's given as EP. E denotes elasticity, P denotes price. So price elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in demand for the good divided by percentage change in the price of the good. So what is percentage change in the demand for the good? So how much demand എത്ര ശതമാനമാണ് ഡിമാൻഡിൽ മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളത്? അത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഹരിക്കുന്നത്? എത്ര ശതമാനമാണ് വിലയിൽ മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളത്? For example, I'll give you an example. The price of 1 kilo of rice is rupees 5. Okay, and with rupees 5 we are buying 10 kilo of rice. For example, this month. The next month, the price of rice has risen to rupees 10. That is, last month it was rupees 5 per kilo. Now it is rupees 10 per kilo. So of course, as the price has increased, the demand will decrease. So you will be you had bought 10 kilo previous month, so the amount will decrease. So you this month, as the price has risen, you will be buying only for example 8 kilo of rice. So here, how much is the change in price? Percentage change in price. The price has risen from 5 to 10, that is 100% increase in price. How much has the change in quantity demanded? We were buying 10 kilo of rice and we decreased it to 8 kilo of rice. That is 20% change in quantity demand. That's how we are measuring elasticity of price. So from this we will get that you can get the equation as change in Q by Q. What is this? You can see an example. You can see a triangle like near the Q. That is the delta. That's what we call delta in Greek alphabets. So it is delta Q by Q into 100. Why into 100? We are measuring the percentage. So delta Q. Q denotes that quantity demanded. So we need to get the percentage. So how much is the quantity demanded? So change in quantity demanded. So when we are going to the example that I said, so how much is the change in quantity demanded? The quantity demanded has changed from 10 to 8. അപ്പോൾ എത്രയാണ് quantity demanded? Change in quantity demanded എത്രയാണ്? 8 അല്ലെ? 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. 2 ആണ് എന്ത്? Quantity change in quantity demand. Quantity demanded ഉണ്ടായ മാറ്റം എത്രയാണ്? 2 കിലോ ആണ്. We bought 10 kilos and when there is a change in price, the quantity demanded has changed to 8 per kilo. 8 kilo. We bought 10 kilo due to the price change. Now we are buying only 8 kilo. So how much? What is the change in quantity demanded? 2 kilo. We decreased 2 kilo. So 2 by. So what is the quantity demanded? At first the quantity demanded was 10. So 2 by 10 into 100. Okay, fine. 2 by 10 into 100 and divided by change in P. So what is the change in price? How much has the price changed? Price has risen from 5 to 10. So the change in price is 5. 5 രൂപയാണ് കൂടിയത്. എത്രയാണോ വ്യത്യാസം വന്നത് അതാണ് change in price. That is delta P. We denote it as change in price. 5 by how much was the price? The price was 5 itself into 100. That's how we will be measuring elasticity of price elasticity of demand. So at last we can simplify this equation into there is an equation given in the box. It can be denoted as so change in Q by change in P into P by Q. So directly by giving the formulas, giving the values into this equation, we'll get price elasticity of demand. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ബോക്സിൽ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുള്ള അവസാനം ബോക്സിൽ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുള്ളതാണ് അതിന്റെ സിംപ്ലിഫൈഡ് വേർഷൻ. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഡയറക്റ്റ് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാം? നമുക്കുള്ള വാല്യൂസ് ഇതിലേക്ക് ഇട്ട് കൊടുത്താൽ we'll get the price elasticity of demand. Since price and quantity demanded are inversely related, the coefficient of price elasticity of demand is a negative number. We know that what the price and the quantity demanded are inversely related, or there is a negative relation. So every time when it comes to the elasticity, coefficient of price elasticity, we get a negative number. Price and quantity demanded തമ്മിൽ negative relation ഉള്ളതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് എന്താണ് price elasticity എപ്പോഴും ഒരു നെഗറ്റീവ് നമ്പർ ആയിരിക്കും. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു മൈനസ് ചിഹ്നമുള്ള നമ്പർ ആയിരിക്കും. However, for simplicity, we will always refer to the absolute value of elasticity. So for simplicity, what we do is that we'll remove that negative sign and we will only refer to that whole number. Price elasticity of demand is a pure number that it has no units of measurement attached to it. Price elasticity doesn't have a unit of measurement. Okay, as if when we are telling 100 kilometers is a unit of measurement. Gram, kilogram, centimeter, meter, such these are units of measurement. When it comes to price elasticity, there is no unit of measurement. The above formula is called point elasticity formula of demand because it measures elasticity at a point on the demand. So we discussed an equation above. This equation is called point elasticity. That is this equation that you can see in the box. Change in Q by change in P into P by Q. So this equation is called point elasticity formula. Because there are many measures, many ways in which we can measure the price elasticity of demand. Okay. So that's why this equation is called point elasticity formula of demand because it measures elasticity at a point on the demand curve. So when we are taking the demand curve, we will be selecting a particular point and will be measuring the price elasticity at that point. That's why we call it as point elasticity formula. Okay, fine. So I hope that what elasticity is clear to you. Now another way in order to measure elasticity is arc elasticity. We should know that every time the demand curve will not be a straight line. Most probably the demand curve will be an arc or there will be a curve in the demand line as you can see in the picture. So when the price change is large, when there is a large price change, we have to measure elasticity over an arc of the demand curve rather than at a specific point on it. So as you can see here, the demand change in price is large. That means the price has changed from P1 to P2 or the demand has changed from point A to point B. So being it an arc, we can't measure it at a single point. ഇതൊരു ചെരിവുള്ള ഒന്നായതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയില്ല, ഒരു പ്രത്യേക പോയിന്റിൽ നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് ഇതിനെ മെഷർ ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയില്ല. ഏതിനെ മെഷർ ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയില്ല? ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റിയെ മെഷർ ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയില്ല. So here we use the arc elasticity formula. So what we use is that the arc elasticity measures elasticity of demand between 2 points on the demand curve. That is, arc elasticity is a measure of average elasticity. The arc elasticity measures elasticity at the point of the chord that connects the 2 points A and B on the demand curve defined by the initial and the new price level. So what we do is that നമ്മൾ എന്താണ് ഇത്തരം ഒരു സിറ്റുവേഷനിൽ ചെയ്യുക? We just connect the 2 points, point A and point B. Okay, fine. Then we will be measuring the price elasticity of that chord. അപ്പോൾ എ മുതൽ ബി വരെ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? ആ പോയിന്റുകളെ കണക്ട് ചെയ്ത് ഒരു സ്ട്രെയിറ്റ് ലൈൻ വരയ്ക്കുകയും ആ ലൈനിന്റെ ഇലാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റിയാണ് പിന്നീട് നമ്മൾ കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. By taking the average of the two prices and average of two quantities, we can obtain the following formula for the price elasticity. So what we denote is that here we have 2 points. So point A, that is price P1, point B, price P2. And similarly for point A, the quantity demanded is Q1, and for point B, the quantity demanded is Q2. So how we measure is that we'll take the averages of price and quantity demanded. Just go through this equation. As per the point elasticity equation formula, the equation was change in Q by change in P into P by Q. Isn't it? The equation that we gave in that box, it was the delta Q by delta P into P by Q. So what we do is that in the P by Q place we take the averages. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ രണ്ട് പോയിന്റ് ഉള്ളതുകൊണ്ട് എന്തുണ്ട്? രണ്ട് വിലയും രണ്ട് ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡിമാൻഡും ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിന്റെ രണ്ടിന്റെയും ശരാശരി എടുത്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? equation പൂർത്തിയാക്കുന്നത്. So change in Q by change in P into P1 plus P2 divided by 2 Q1 plus Q2 divided by 2 is equal to change in Q by change in P into P1 plus P2 by Q1 plus Q2. So this new formula is called the arc elasticity of demand formula or average elasticity of demand formula. So we had discussed about the point formula, and here it's the arc elasticity of demand formula. Arc elasticity formula should be used when the change in price is somewhat large. So when we'll be using this formula when the change in price is large. Okay, fine. Hope that it's clear. Another method that we can use is total outlay method. So what is this total outlay method? Another method to measure price elasticity of demand is known as total outlay or expenditure method. This method is known as total outlay or expenditure method. In this method, so what we are doing in this method, changes in the total expenditure made on the good as a result of change in its price is analyzed to measure price elasticity of demand. So what we are doing in this method is that we will take the expenditure, total expenditure, before there is a change in price and after there is a change in price. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഈ ടോട്ടൽ ഔട്ട്ലൈൻ മെത്തേഡിൽ എന്താണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? വിലയിൽ മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടാകുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് നമ്മുടെ ചെലവ് എത്രയാണെന്നും വിലയിൽ മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടായതിനു ശേഷം നമ്മുടെ ചെലവ് എത്രയാണെന്നും നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? നമ്മൾ അളക്കും. ഓക്കെ, ഫൈൻ. For example, let's take the example that we have discussed before. നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത എക്സാമ്പിൾ ഒന്ന് എടുക്കാം. When the price was 5, we bought 10 kilo of rice. So what's the total expenditure? 5 into 10, 50 rupees. We'll be spending 50 rupees for buying 10 kilo of rice. Okay, fine. So the price has changed to 10 for 1 kilo of rice, and we'll be buying after that. After the change in price, we'll be buying only 8 kilo of rice. So the total expenditure is 10 into 8, 80 rupees. So by comparing the expenditure, we'll decide what's the elasticity of demand. We can now only whether price elasticity is equal to 1, greater than 1, or less than 1. So here what we can measure only, we can't get the exact value. കഴിഞ്ഞ രണ്ട് മെത്തേഡുകളിൽ, in the last previous two method we said that we'll get the exact value of price elasticity, but here in total outlay method we will not be getting the exact value of price elasticity, but we will be getting it as is price elasticity is equal to 1, greater than 1, or less than 1. Only in this way we can measure elasticity using total outlay method. So in the next videos we'll be discussing, by getting this value, how we can determine is the elasticity is more or elasticity is less. Elasticity കൂടുതലാണോ കുറവാണോ എന്നൊക്കെ എങ്ങനെ മനസ്സിലാക്കാമെന്ന് നമ്മൾ അടുത്ത വീഡിയോകളിൽ പറയുന്നതാണ്. With this method, we cannot find the exact coefficient of price elasticity of demand. As we have said, we will not be getting the exact value of price elasticity using the total outlay method. So we have discussed three methods. The first one is point elasticity formula. The second one is arc elasticity formula. And the third one is total outlay method. So we said that using total outlay method, we can denote the price elasticity as equal to 1, greater than 1, or less than 1. അപ്പോൾ total outlay method യൂസ് ചെയ്താണ് elasticity നമ്മൾ മെഷർ ചെയ്യുന്നതെങ്കിൽ മൂന്ന് തരത്തിൽ അതിന്റെ റിസൾട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ elasticity is equal to 1, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ elasticity is more than 1, greater than 1, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ elasticity is less than 1. Okay, fine. If as a result of change in price of the commodity, so we are discussing equal to 1. If as a result of the change in price of the commodity, total expenditure remains the same. പ്രൈസിൽ ചേഞ്ച് ഉണ്ടായി, പക്ഷെ എക്സ്പെൻഡിച്ചറിൽ മാറ്റമൊന്നും ഉണ്ടായില്ല. When there is a change in price and the quantity demanded also change, but there doesn't has a change in expenditure, the amount spent for the commodity remains the same. ആ വസ്തുവിന് പ്രൈസ് ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് മുമ്പും ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തതിനു ശേഷവും ആ വസ്തുവിന്റെ മേൽ ചെലവഴിച്ച എമൗണ്ട് സെയിം ആണ്. Then we call it as then the elasticity of demand for the commodity will be equal to 1. This is so because total expenditure made on the commodity can remain the same only if the proportional change of the quantity demanded is equal to proportional change in price. അപ്പോൾ പ്രൈസിലും ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡിമാൻഡിലും ഉണ്ടായ മാറ്റം, ആ ശതമാനത്തിലുണ്ടായ മാറ്റത്തിൽ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് വ്യത്യാസമൊന്നുമില്ല. രണ്ടിന്റെയും പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് ചേഞ്ച് എന്താണ്? സെയിം ആണ്. The percentage change in quantity demanded and price is equal. That's why it's the elasticity is equal to 1. Okay, for example, we said that the price of rice was 5 and it changed into rupees 10 per kilo. And when the price of rice was 5, we bought 10 kilo of rice. So when the price has risen to rupees 10, we'll be buying only 5 kilos. So how much is expenditure in both situations? The expenditure will be 50 and there will be, and thus the elasticity will be equal to 1. Okay, the next situation is greater than 1. Due to fall in the price of the commodity, quantity demanded rises, and as a result, total expenditure made on the commodity increases. Then the price elasticity of demand is said to be greater than 1. വിലയിൽ മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടായതിനു ശേഷം expenditure കൂടുകയാണ്. Total expenditure made on the commodity increases. So after the change in price, the expenditure on the commodity increases. Then we call it as the price elasticity is greater than unity or greater than 1. This is because with the fall in the price of the commodity, total expenditure can increase only if the proportional change in quantity demanded is greater than the proportional change in the price. Okay, fine. The next one is less than 1. So when there is a change in price and the expenditure on that commodity is less than the previous expenditure, then we will tell that the price elasticity of demand will be less than unity. This is for the reason that with the fall in the price, total expenditure can decrease only if proportional increase in the quantity demanded is less than proportional change in the price. So hope that everything is clear. So we'll be discussing, I know you will be having some doubts. We'll be discussing clearing those doubts in the next videos. So hope that everything is clear. Clear your doubts using the comment box. I'll be replying to you as soon as I'll be getting to it. I would also like you to share the videos, my videos and my channel among your friends. Like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.